in class 6 geography. Now we are going to see chapter 6. So in chapter 6 we have landforms. In this landforms there is an internal process as well as external process. Our landform is experiencing some it has undergoing some process, and that process have internal process as well as external process. In internal process we have upliftment as well as sinking. So say this mountain, because of the collision of the two land masses, we have upliftment, and it resulted in mountains, formation of mountains. So this process is upliftment. We also have sinking. Some portion is sinked beneath, so this is sinking. So these are the things which comes under internal process. This is due to the continuous movement. So in olden days, India, all this continental masses lied in the southern hemisphere, which moved for many years, and then our earth actually moved from this point, and then it reached the Asia, and by this collision only mountains are formed. This Himalayan mountains are formed. So our our landforms are in continuous movement, which is called as internal process, by which upliftment as well as sinking happens. And the external process includes erosion and deposition. Because of the rivers are flowing, and it will carry out some slits, right? Because of that, rivers and the air also carry some sand particles, right? Because of that, erosion happens, and that carried soil, carried particles will be deposited in some other place, and that is called as deposition. So landforms. In landforms we have mountains, plateaus and plains. So mountains, we know what is mountains. So mountains are the plains, which will be located like this. It will be like this. So if it is greater than 600 meter only, it is called as mountain. If it is less than 600 meters, we generally say it as hills. So generally mountains have glaciers. So glaciers are nothing but frozen rivers. Frozen rivers are said as glaciers. So glaciers are the place in which more amount of fresh water is locked. Then we have mountains. The common feature of the mountain is that the topmost portion, which is called as summit, is small. So summit is small, and the bottom, which is called as base is broad. So it has a broader base, and it is having a smaller summit. This is mountain. And mountain ranges, if there is more amount of mountains in a series, then it is called as a mountain range. Example for mountain range, we can say Himalayas is in India, Alps is in Europe, and Andes is in South America. So these are the mountains. And then we have plateaus. What are plateaus? Plateaus are something which is resembling the mountains, but it is cutted, it's like a cropped on the top. So this is a flat topped tableland. It appears like a tableland. It is a flat and tableland. This is the form in which it has it will be having a elevation. The elevation may be from 100 to 1000 meter. The elevation may be from 100 to 1000 meter, and it is richer in minerals. It will be richer in minerals. And then this plateau, we have lava plateaus. The lava plateaus will be generally having fertile soil. The soil in lava plateau will be fertile, and plateaus are also rich in mineral. And because of this elevation, if there is a river flowing, it will flow through this and it will create a falls. So there are many falls which are located in this region. So for example, for that falls, we can say Hundru Falls. Hundru Falls is in Chota Nagpur Plateau. River Subarnarekha flows, and it creates a falls called as Hundru Falls. And Jog Falls. Jog Falls is in Karnataka. In India, we have a plateau which is called as Peninsula Plateau. This region. So this is India. So in this region, this is plateau. Southern portion or southern India, we have plateau, and that plateau is called as Peninsula Plateau. So in that Peninsula Plateau, we have in Chota Nagpur Plateau we have Hundru Falls, and in Karnataka we are having Jog Falls. Then we have plains. What are plains? So if you take India, so let us take India. In this region we have mountains. Those mountains also exist in China. So this Himalaya, this is the range. This range is called as Himalaya. So in Himalaya, we have this Himalaya mountain exists in India as well as in China as well as in Nepal. It extends in this way. And after this, in the southern region, we have a plateau, and that plateau is called as Peninsula Plateau. Portion of the Peninsula Plateau is called as Deccan Plateau. And we have Chota Nagpur Plateau in this region. So we have plateau, and apart from that we have another one which is called as plains, which are located in this region. So this region is the plain. So by river deposit, we have many rivers from mountain Himalaya. Many rivers are originally Ganga, Orisha, Ganga, Brahmaputra, those rivers collect these slits and they deposit it and form a fertile piece of land, a mass which is called as plains. In this, human habitation will be very large. So this is flat, fertile, and it will be suitable for agriculture. It will be suitable for transportation. Because of all these advantages, many people will be deposited in this region. So in India, we have Indo-Gangetic Plain, which is located in this region. Indo-Gangetic Plain, it is densely populated. As well as in China, it has Yangtze. Yangtze is in China. Yangtze is in China, in which Yangtze is in China, in which it's a plain and it is also densely populated. So then after this we have plateaus. In plateaus, I am saying Deccan Plateau. Deccan Plateau is the oldest plateau, and in Africa we have a plateau called as East African Plateau, which is in Kenya, Tanzania, and Uganda. In Kenya, Tanzania, and Uganda, there is a common plateau which is called as East African Plateau, which is in Africa. Then in Australia, we have a plateau called as Western Plateau. In Australia, in western side, it will have a plateau and it is called as Western Plateau, Australia. Then we have Tibet Plateau. In Tibet, we have a plateau. Tibet is in this location. We have a plateau. That plateau is called as Tibet Plateau, which is the highest plateau. Elevation is from 4,000 meter to 6,000 meter. And then we have African Plateau. In Africa, there is a plateau, and this African plateau is very rich in gold and diamond. So generally plateaus will be rich in minerals. In Africa, the plateau is rich in gold and diamond. In Chotanagpur Plateau is in this region, and in Chotanagpur Plateau, iron, coal and manganese are rich. And then we have mountains. In mountains, we have fold mountains as well as block mountains. So fold mountains are the mountains which can be divided into two. They are young fold mountains as well as old fold mountains. Two land masses come together and they collide and they form a mountain. These are called as fold mountains. Say if and this is a landmass and if this is a landmass, sorry. Say if this is a landmass and this is a landmass, these two landmass come together and they collide, and one portion go below and one portion will increase in this way. This formation of mountains in this format is called as fold mountains. We have young fold mountains as well as old fold mountains. In young fold mountains, we have Himalaya. Himalaya is an example of young fold mountains, whereas Alps is also an example of young fold mountains. They have rugged relief, high conical peaks. They have rugged relief as well as high conical peaks. And old fold mountains, we have Aravalli. Aravalli is a mountain which is located in India. It will be in this region. So here we have Aravalli. So Aravalli is a old fold mountain. And then Appalachian is in North America, and Ural Mountains is in Russia. This is an example of old fold mountains. Then we have block mountains. What are block mountains? Block mountains is if the landmass is this format. Say, wait. Landmass is in this format. If a portion of landmass goes beneath, and if portion goes beneath, so this type of mountains are formed, which is called as block mountains. So the portion which is on the top is called as host, and the portion which is on the bottom is called as graben. And example for this type of mountain is Rhine Valley, Europe, and Osage Mountain in Europe are the examples of block mountains. And we have volcanic mountains. For volcanic mountains, we can say Mount Kilimanjaro is the example. So fold mountains by one landmass goes downwards and another one comes up. By this mountain is formed, which is called as fold mountains. And here a portion of landmass is has gone down and it created this type of structure and this block mountain. And volcanic mountains have their origin as a volcanic eruption. Volcanic eruption will be the origin for the formation of mountains. Example, Mount Kilimanjaro, Africa, and Mount Fujiyama, Japan are the examples of volcanic mountains. In volcano, we have lava bombs and clouds of steams, gases, and ash will be coming out of the volcano. Magma will be under enormous pressure and it will come out. So these are the example. And in old fold mountains, young fold mountains will have a rugged relief and high conical plains, whereas old fold mountains will have round features and will have a low elevation. So now what are the importance of mountains? It is a storehouse of water, because many mountains will have a glacier which is a frozen river, and this is a storehouse of water. Then we have cultivation, river valley, we have terraces. The land will be made in this format, and cultivation will happen here. So we have cultivation by mountains. We have mountain forest. In mountain forest there is a rich variety of flora and fauna. It will be a home for flora and fauna. And by forest we obtain forest produce. Forest produce will be useful as fuel, fodder, shelter, etc. Then tourism is also promoted in mountains. For Himalaya also there is many tourist activities which are happening in Himalayas. Then we have chapter 7, which we can see in next class. Thank you.